Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for December 6th. December 6th is the 340th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 341 in leap years, with 25 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is radar. Radar is a noun that means a device or system consisting usually of a synchronized radio transmitter and receiver that sends out radio waves and then reads them as they're reflected back. Often used for detecting and locating aircraft or other objects or surface features on the planet. Another definition of radar is given as a range of notice, as in she fell off the radar, meaning she went out of contact, nobody knows where she is, or it's on my radar, meaning I'm watching out for it, or under the radar, meaning to go undetected. The word radar is an acronym that means radio, detecting, and ranging. Radar. First known use of the word radar is 1941. Radar. Now, before we get very far here, if you'd like to see some of the episodes for December 6th from previous years, I'll link those up in the cards there. I believe we have 2019 and 2020. The sound quality's not great, but I'll let you be the judge of that. Anyway, links up there in the corner to previous episodes for December 6th. And with that, Henry V of England lived and ruled in the 1400s. Pretty good ruler as far as I can tell, had some military successes, was well thought of in his time. He had one child, Henry VI, and for all of his military successes, Henry V ended up dying of some sort of illness when he was only 35. Dysentery, smallpox, leprosy, not sure, but Henry V died at age 35 from some sort of illness. As you may be aware, the way things were done back then is that, well, I guess they still are sort of, but whoever is next in line of succession became the next ruler. If that person happened to be underage, a regent would be appointed, and that would be an adult or adults who would act in place of the royal until they were old enough to rule on their own. I mention this because Henry V's one and only child, Henry VI, was but a toddler, not even a year old when his father died, so that he's known as the Child King, the youngest person ever to succeed to the English throne. We mention him today because this is the birthday of Henry VI of England, born December 6, 1421. England was at odds with France at the time, and as good a soldier king as his father Henry V had been, Henry VI was timid, shy, passive, and generally ineffective. Not strong ruler qualities. Henry VI had inherited the ongoing 100 Years' War and the military, diplomatic, and economic problems associated with that just continued to worsen. He did marry and have a child, but the kingdom was too far gone. His cousin, Richard, Duke of York, installed his son Edward, who took the throne as Edward IV, sent Henry's son Edward of Westminster off to battle where he was killed, and locked Henry VI up in the Tower of London, where he died at the age of 49, possibly on the orders of King Edward IV. A tragic life Henry VI had, and this was his birthday. Na Na, Hey Hey, Kiss Him Goodbye by a group called Steam hit number 1 on December 6, 1969. Paul Leka, Gary DiCarlo, and Dale Freshure had been playing together off and on since at least the early 60s under various group names. It was then that they had written a version of this song. Later on, Gary, going under the professional name of Garrett Scott, had recorded some singles and needed a B-side. So the guys pulled out this one that they'd written, but apparently had never recorded, to submit as a B-side to one of Garrett's singles. Except the record execs liked this one for an A-side. They got it recorded in one session, Paul Lakett told Fred Bronson in the Billboard Book of #1 Hits that he was sitting at the piano as they were working on an idea for a chorus to make the song last a little longer, and he just started going na 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 na, and he said, "Everything was na na when you didn't have a lyric." And Gary added, "Hey, hey." The guys were basically studio musicians, and Gary, or Garrett, was trying to get his singing career rolling, but for some reason, perhaps because they'd written this song together a few years earlier, credited this one to a fictitious band they called Steam, inspired by the sight of steam rising out of a manhole cover. They got the song done, and it was released in November of 1969, and Na Na Hey Hey Kiss Him Goodbye hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 on December 6, 1969, where it held for 2 weeks. Link in the description. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include the link to my blog page that is called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, Parler, BitChute, and Getter. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.